we use the different color balls, the red, the orange, and the green? Do differently than the yellow.
Because the bounce is lighter. The bounce is slower.
Exactly. It's slower and it's lower. Okay, so now think about the serve itself. Is there going to be a bounce when it comes? This one, it's not going to be so much of the bounce. Now, the ball at some point, if it's heavier, is going to start traveling faster down. So that's why I say your point is interesting. If his timing was off, where he really breaks the swing apart, then maybe you can play with the different balls, with the red, the orange, and green. I think your point is very interesting. I think it's very good. In this case, I wouldn't go there first. Okay, because right now it's not a rhythm issue when it comes to actually the way he swings. Truly still one swing, but in a way, it is two swings with both the left and the right arm. Okay, his asymmetry is not quite there. Okay, all right. So, but again, obviously, great point. Okay, Rohan, you were saying something about the physical.
As well as physical, we can work more on the bilateral coordination.
Phenomenal. You start working more on bilateral coordination. So whatever he's doing with one arm, he's doing something opposite, or at least at the same speed, okay, or a different movement. Okay, then, but they're both going at the same time. Absolutely. So here, of course, you want to make sure that the swing itself, both arms are moving at the same speed, as we said before, but both arms are doing something differently. Okay, the tossing arm in this case is going down and up, of course, and then his racket arm is going down and away. To your point, Rohan, the big wheel. So you're increasing the backswing. I think you can play with it. Okay, and at the end of the day, hopefully, of course, as the left arm is here, okay, all the way up to now a loaded position with the left arm, the right arm can get into, quote unquote, that loaded position, or slang, the trophy position. Okay, so you can play with the bilateral coordination. I think that's a great point. Okay, so we now know that in the gym we have to work with bilateral coordination. We also now know that what else is going on. Do you guys remember what we talked about with Shambuk last week about the scapula? Okay,
Yes,
so I think
yes.
Rohan, I think you saw this with me personally. I don't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, but actually the scapula, the right scapula, remember, was depressed.
Yeah.
So this is why you see how his swing now goes straight up, and he doesn't bring it around. That's an issue also of the scapula. The range of motion for him is a lot more comfortable to go now on abbreviated motion than actually coming all the way around. So this is why, again, the big wheel is a good idea, but Ron, you have to make sure that he's able to have the range of motion there, because he might not have it. So again, he might spend a lot more time in the gym correcting the scapula to make sure you have that range of motion. Does that make sense?
One thing I noticed for Cesar.
Good job, Rohan. Go ahead, Abby.
Last time his right shoulder was down as compared to the left shoulder. I think this maybe is like creating a problem here in the serve. The right shoulder is down.
Yeah, well, it's the drooping shoulder. You're absolutely right. So it's not only down, but also we said he's got rolling shoulders where they come in, and then the scapula is depressed because it's not strong enough for the muscles around it, especially the lats, to really bring it up. So you're right. At the end, he's got a back issue.
And
not
because
even at all.
The shoulder is also trapped.
Go wrong.
Left shoulder is trapped with the shoulders.
Hold on 1 second, Rohan. You're absolutely right. Okay, go ahead, Abby. Finish up, and then Rohan will jump in. Go ahead, Abby.
Because of this, that's why maybe he's not able to create the balance on the upper body.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, he's not creating exactly what we want him to create. The motion that we want that's going to create that center of mass. You're absolutely right. Great point. Rohan, you were saying?
His shoulders are trapped in a way.
You said they're cramped?
Yeah, they're trapped.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. He's cramped. He engages the traps quite a bit. Something we've been working on in the gym the last week and a half to make sure he releases the traps. And he's got now shoulder movement that is independent without using the traps whatsoever. Okay, so he's able to really engage that shoulder through the deltoids, the lats, okay, to make sure the scapula starts moving freely. So, but you're absolutely right. He's cramped in many ways. He's cramped now with a rolling shoulder forward. Okay, like you're saying now, Rohan. Abby, you're completely right that he's got a drooping shoulder. Looks like mine. Okay, if I stand up, you see how my shoulder is like down. Okay, and that is all affecting now the back. So when we look at a player like this is why you got to be careful and say, okay, we just have to make sure we do the big wheel. Ron, you're absolutely right. A bigger backswing, right? Absolutely right, but he might not be able to do it. So you ask him to try it, you see if he can do it. But if he keeps going back to an abbreviated motion, you know that you have to spend more time in the gym. You have to spend more time in the gym, okay, to make sure you correct those mechanics, or excuse me, the biomechanics, to make sure you create a better mobility range of motion, and then you can refocus on this at the same time. Now, you can introduce him to it slowly. We do this in the gym, actually. He does an exercise in the gym where he's up like this, and he actually comes in loads because he's very stiff on the hips, and we're still loading a lot on the glute. So he actually has to stand up, and he's got a load, and he puts himself now in a position of the loaded position on the serve. And then from there, he goes straight up. So all we're trying to do is teach him how to have his cartwheel axis, so he goes shoulder over shoulder. Okay, then we start adding the cocking face to it. But at the end, we're doing all the service work in the gym. I don't have, because of the other phone, I don't have video of him and the old serve. The old serve was, I mean, it was horrendous. This is much better, but still has a ton of work. Go ahead, Ron.
Does the player complaining about any soreness in the knees and all?
Okay, it's a great point. Not right now. He's not complaining so much about soreness on the knees, and maybe it's the fatigue. What do you see, Rohan?
I see tension building in the front knee, and his ankle, his legs are moving forward, and ankle is stuck there. So he might be complaining in near future for the knee pain and all.
I completely agree with you. Okay, I think that's a great point here. So in the loading phase, you see how he shifted the weight forward? That's still an issue. And that, to your point, Rohan, I think is nice. The left foot is down on the ground, okay? But actually, I'm more concerned about the right foot. The right foot has some supination. Okay, so again, as the knees move one way, to your point, the foot this foot actually went out, or the ankle went backwards. Okay, so I think that's an incredibly valid and a great point that you saw that in the loading phase. That's something to correct. So right away, we know we got to work on the shoulder. Right now, we have to work on the back. We have to work on the posterior chain, especially the glutes and the hamstrings, to support the load to the unload, from the loading phase all the way up to the acceleration phase. Okay, I think those are great points. So now we start looking at his video and say, okay, technically, we have a lot to focus on, but truly physically, we have a ton more to focus on. Because right now, as an athlete, he's struggling with some range of motion issues, big time.
As of the tactical or a little bit of physical part, the player is looking at the ball a lot of time.
He's loading what?
He's looking at the ball, so his eyes is locked at the ball from the start to toss to contact. Till the release, he's shifting to the where he wants to go or what the opponent is doing.
Okay, I think it's a great point. So you're saying his eyes right now are going to be focusing right now on his. Where do you see his eyes right now?
At the ball.
Yeah, well, it is. I don't know if he's at the ball yet, but he's definitely looking where the ball's going to go. Okay, or at least it's going to cross his line of sight. I'm completely with you. Now, Abby, this is an incredible good point by Rohan. He actually wants to be watching the opponent in this position. He wants to be watching the opponent because from here he has a plan, but if he sees the opponent move to one side or the other and cheat in a way, then he can now switch the plan in the middle of the toss. Okay, he's got one idea, but then as he tosses the ball, as he sees the player, as he goes through the release and he sees the player, okay, before he actually comes up here, because you want to start looking when actually the ball starts releasing from the hand. Then, of course, you have to look at the ball. But beforehand, you want to make sure the eyes are forward. Ron, to your point, that's exactly what we're working on when it comes to his vision. We're introducing visual cues this week. So this is a great point. This position right here, like you can see his eyes right now on the ball. At this position is okay, but he should still be looking forward to the opponent. When the eyes are, right here, when he releases is when the eyes should go up. So when you play next time, Abby, do it where you're actually looking at the opponent. So imagine I'm looking right now at you guys, right? Imagine I'm tossing this way. Just an extreme example because of the camera angle. If I'm here, I'm looking at the opponent, and I start releasing, and then I look up. Okay, yeah, and Rohan's trying to mess where am I gonna go, Rohan? Where am I gonna go? Absolutely. Okay, great points. Okay, I think the points you guys are bringing are very, very good. Okay, what else do we see? So now we get to the release, we get to the load. Let's get to the cocking phase. What do we start seeing here?
Cocking is good. I see cocking is good. It can be more better if we go a little more down near the hips.
Yeah, I agree with you, Rohan. I don't think his cocking is all that good.
It's good.
Right?
It can be more better.
Yeah, I completely agree with you. Now, here's the question: is why do you think his cocking phase? Because the cocking phase now, look at the racket tip. Okay, it's in the middle of the back, right? Not, excuse me, it's not in the middle of the back. Excuse me, it's the lumbar spine, but it should be down by his hamstring. It should be down by minimum. It should be at the bottom of the glute. And right now, he's truly, I mean, not even all the way out of your L5. He's not really. I mean, he's in the middle of the lumbar spine. It's like right here, which truly he should be all the way down here. So,
Yeah.
what do you think? What do we think we need to do?
Getting the more deeper cocking.
Yeah,
that
so
can be done.
you're right. We want the racket. We want the racket to be even lower, way lower, right? But how do we do that? So pinpoint the problem. What's the problem?
Rotation of the shoulder.
This is
not
much
that.
I feel like an old man. Like I'm figuring technology out. I'm usually so good with technology. Not today. Okay. All right. So from here, okay, the cocking face right here, guys, in the middle of the back. Okay, the shoulder over shoulder. I agree. I mean, that can definitely help out, but it's more than that, though. Tell me about what's going on with this right shoulder. Think about the stuff that you guys pointed out before.
We can
Right
work on shoulder.
Go ahead, Rohan, and then Abby, you're next. Go ahead, Rohan, because I heard you first.
We can improve the shoulder flexation, which will help us to get more deeper down and then going more rotational action and rotation up.
Completely agree with you that he's very tight on the shoulder. It's extremely tight. Now, we said he was tight for a couple of different reasons. The back needs to develop. The scapula needs to go up. Okay, we have to create that range of motion. I could not agree with you anymore, Rohan. I think you're spot on. It's very, very good. Abby, what else you got?
It's just I don't know, in the video, it's looking the right shoulder is now up.
Yeah, and that's part of it too. Okay, you see the right shoulder kind of come up. Okay, like we said, and it's really the elbow should be going up, and the right shoulder it's still going to come up, but it's not going to come up with the track. It shouldn't. So again, he's engaging a muscle group that he shouldn't be engaging as much. Completely agree with you. Okay, I think it's phenomenal. Go ahead.
All the issues is because of his physical issue.
Yeah, look, and I think you guys are nailing this, and especially both of you guys really working so much on this. Okay, imagine we did this session a month ago, okay, for a couple of you guys, okay, maybe a week ago. You might have, maybe I'm wrong, by the way, but I think a lot of us would have spent a lot of time trying to fix it technically, okay, where he's not able to. He really cannot. You know, and Ron knows me so well. Okay, we don't like to use the word. We don't like to use the word can't, but he literally can't because of physical limitations. Now we can fix the physical limitations and we can help him out, but literally right now his body's now allowing him to do what we want technically. This is why we have to do screening of these guys when it comes to video and see what they have or see what they don't have. Okay. Because like you said, Abby, everything's going back down to physical. He's got technical issues because physically we have to do a lot of work. Now, remember, he's a guy that has limitations because he's got overuse. He's post-puberty. They're really finishing puberty here. So they've done a job not very good physically with him. That's why actually the gym last week was the best thing